Wagwan, what's up you guys? Orvia Renee here, back with another video. First of all, let me say I truly appreciate you guys. Thank y'all so much for continuing to stick with me. It really means so much that you guys are continuing to watch my videos. If you are a returning viewer, y'all already know I love you guys so deep. Y'all are so dope. I truly appreciate you guys. You all that have been reaching out to me on social media. And, you know, I know quite a bit of us have truly grown a bond together. Some of us literally transferred within weeks of each other. Some of you all have already had your babies. And I'm just so thankful that God allowed us to link up and connect. And it really means so much to me. I just feel like, you know, that it has really truly helped this whole journey become just so much more enjoyable. And if you are new here, welcome. If you are looking for content surrounding faith, IVF, and if you want to experience or look back on my IVF journey with me, where we are now pregnant, then you are in the right place, because we talk about all of that over here. All right, you guys, so today's video is going to be, I'm going to flip back to the IVF content. So we are officially 32 weeks pregnant. Bless the Lord. So very thankful. We conceived through IVF with our one and only frozen embryo transfer that we've ever done. This is the first time that I've ever been pregnant in my life. I am 39 years old. This is my second marriage. And I've never been pregnant before. I wanted to give you guys a rundown of a timeline of how long it took us. So I do have some dates and stuff written down so that I'm not giving you incorrect information. So y'all please just bear with me. I want to preface this video by saying every person is different. Every person's body is different. Everyone experiences fertility or infertility differently. Some people have blocked tubes. Some people have multiple uteruses. Some women, you know, have one ovary. Some people have endometriosis. Some people have PCOS. And one of the biggest things that we don't talk about enough is that it could also be the male, could be the issue. There could be issues with sperm. There could be issues with quality of sperm. And I'll try to put the timeline here or something like that. We decided to seek out fertility assistance. So immediately I set up an appointment with fertility clinic in September of 2023, okay? My husband and I, we went in for a consultation with the doctor, September of 2023. September 21st, we completed baseline and labs. So they went ahead and drew labs for genetic testing for both my husband and I. Within a few weeks, my husband provided his sperm sample. September 28th, I had an HSG done. So I had my HSG done. If you don't know what an HSG is, it is basically where they put the dye into your fallopian tubes. I will say the procedure is not a comfortable procedure. However, it is pretty quick. He basically told me while I was laying there, your tubes are fully blocked. I did observe and saw that the dye was not going anywhere. It was filling up in my tubes and not coming out. So that was definitely a shocker. I was actually prepared for one of my tubes to be blocked, but I did not think both of them were fully blocked. October 16th, I followed up with my doctor at the IVF clinic. He did suggest I do bilateral salpingectomy, which is a removal of both of my fallopian tubes, for a few reasons. Number one, my age. I was 38 at the time, and they were fully blocked. They didn't know if there was any sort of infection. Also, because we expressed that If we were going to go the IVF route, we only had one chance. And so he did suggest removal of both tubes because it would just make it a better opportunity for there not to be any issues related to my tubes. I do want to also note that I did not have bad periods. I was not diagnosed with PCOS or endometriosis. And so, yeah, he did not do the surgery. So I had to travel to another city, which was like 45 minutes away. Because it was the end of the year, they were not able to do the surgery until the beginning of January. And that was because many women had surgery scheduled already, because end of quarter people have met their deductible and now they can finally get big procedures done. I had my bilateral salpingectomy on January 9th. After my body healed, we paid for our one round of IVF. We went ahead and we started our STIMS protocol in March of 2024. On April 1st, my doctor did increase my gonal injection. He increased it April 1st because my follicles, they were not growing as fast as they wanted them to, so that they could be ready for retrieval. We triggered April 9th. We did our egg retrieval April 11th. That day, I did find out that they retrieved 14 eggs, April 11th. The next day, I received a follow-up that 10 of those eggs matured and fertilized. However, only 4 of them lasted until like seven days, okay? So we decided to go ahead and send those off to be biopsied. 3 came back aneuploid. 1 came back euploid. Okay, if you don't know like the details as far as the testing of the embryos, we did have PGT testing done on the embryos. So 2 of the 4 were complex abnormals, 1 was abnormal, and then 1 was normal. We did not know the gender for any of them. Once they sent over, they were aware that we did not want to know the genders. Once we found out that we only had the 1 normal embryo, we met with the doctor. My doctor was clearly aware that we only had funds to do this transfer one time. My doctor suggested to do an endometrial biopsy of my uterus before transfer. So I had my endometrial biopsy in May, and the results came back in 2 weeks. Basically, it's to check your lining and make sure there's no infection, that there's no bad bacteria, and that there's not too much of good bacteria. My results came back. They were great results, no issues, and we took some time off because my husband has 3 children from his first marriage, and we knew the kids were going to be with us for the summer. We knew we had a couple of trips going on as far as heading back to our home state, and, graduations and a couple of trips scheduled. So we wanted to wait before we did our transfer. So we did take some time just to get through summer vacation and travel, and then we received our transfer protocol September 15th, and we transferred October 8th. October 8th we transferred, and yeah, thankfully it was successful.